So today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Pluto. All right, so we're going to start off, we're going to draw the entire thing in pencil, and then we'll go back in and color him in here in just a moment. Now to help you guys out, I will be putting the finished drawing right here above the logo. That way you guys have something to reference while you draw. All right, so I have my pencil. All right, we're going to start off by drawing his eye, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of from the center of the page, okay, I'm going to go up just a little bit. I'm just going to put a diagonal line like this, okay? And I'm going to draw a little bit darker during this so you guys can see, but if you want to draw lighter in case you want to erase or when you go back through in color, that's more than okay. Okay, so from this line, we're going to kind of make another one that goes like this. So it's going to kind of come to a point right there, and then this is going to be where we draw his eyes, all right? So I'm going to go up from the point a little bit like here, and this is pretty much going to be an oval, okay? It's going to be an oval that like comes to a point. It's like this. And then it's going to come down and we're going to connect it to about here, okay? Like that. All right, and then we're going to draw a second eye. It's going to look like it's behind this one. So from up at the top here, I'm going to have another one that comes to a point. Probably about the same height as we did this one. And then it's just going to come down and it's going to connect here, okay? So it's going to be a little bit skinnier. Just like that. Okay, and while we're here, let's go ahead and draw his pupils. So from the side of here, we're gonna have him looking like he's looking at the side, okay? All right, it's like that. And it's just a curved line that comes around. And then we're gonna kind of do an oval one over here, okay? So from the side, it's just gonna come down like that. And we'll color it in. We'll go ahead and color those black. That way it looks like pupils, okay? All right, then next, let's go ahead and draw his head. Okay, so kind of the shape of his head. So from this eye, we're gonna have a line that just comes up a little bit and curves back down, okay? And then it comes in just a little bit and then kind of comes back around, kind of does the same shape of the eye like this. All right, and then from this end, we come up a little bit and we draw another line down. So this shape is basically gonna be an upside down V, okay? And then from where it kind of points, or where it comes to, we're gonna draw a curved line around. This is basically gonna be like half a circle, okay? This is gonna be for the back of his head. So you see something kind of like that. All right, then from here, I'm gonna draw a line that comes in, almost like this line kind of continues, is where we're gonna put that shape. And it's just gonna come around. And this one's basically gonna go a little bit below his eyes, okay? So if you wanna know what shape to make it, kind of like that. Okay, and we'll come back to draw his ear in a moment once we kind of draw more of the body and the face, okay? So let's go ahead and work on his mouth a minute and kind of like his nose, all right? So from where we drew the eyes, I'm gonna draw another line that just comes back in. This is just a straight line. Again, it's gonna be kind of like a sideways V. I'm just gonna draw a line that comes over, do the same thing again, come back in. I'm gonna come up, not quite that high, and then come back in. I'm gonna do one more like this, okay? And this is gonna be where we put his nose. So this one's just gonna be an oval, okay? And if you choose to make his nose a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, that's okay. I'm just gonna kind of do an oval like this. All right, awesome job. All right, now we're gonna pretend like this line just keeps on going through, and then this is where we're gonna continue his nose, all right? Like this. Okay, now kind of like we did up here, but we're just gonna do the reverse. So now we're gonna come up, okay? And then it's gonna come down. And now, so we know where to connect this, we're gonna go right below his pupil, okay? And we're just gonna draw a curved line. And this is gonna be the end of his smile, all right? So from right in the middle of that, then we're gonna go ahead and connect it to this line, okay? Just like that. All right. And then we can go ahead and draw his mouth since we know where his smile ends. So from here, we can go down at kind of a diagonal line, and then it just kind of comes over like this. And we're gonna stop right there because we're gonna draw his tongue, okay? So from here, I'm just gonna draw a line that kind of comes up and down, all right? It's gonna come down and it's gonna curve and then just come back up like this, okay? And then once we kind of get back up here, I'm gonna put a line that comes down in, that way it looks like a tongue. It's gonna come back up like this, and it's gonna connect to the side of his mouth, okay? All right, awesome. Now, from here, where we made this line that comes in, I'm gonna go over just a little bit, and this is where I'm gonna draw a line that comes up. Okay, and then we're gonna go leave a little bit of a gap, and we're gonna draw the same line that comes down. So kind of that same shape like that, okay? All right, awesome. Then from here, we're gonna go down a little bit. We're gonna leave a little bit bigger gap than what we did over here. So a little bit bigger. It's gonna come up, but we're gonna stop there, okay? Now we go back down. We're gonna draw another line. This is gonna look like it's like a crease in his chin, okay? All right, so now we know how far to make his head. So from here, you can either start at the top or you can start at the bottom. We're gonna connect these two, okay? So just kind of this curved line like this, go like that. All right, awesome job. And then next we can go ahead and draw his collar and his neck, okay? So from kind of where we ended up here, where we stopped that one line, we're just gonna draw a line that comes down like this, okay? And then kind of from where we had his chin here, we're gonna draw a line there. It's gonna be a little line like that, okay? Now we can draw his collar. So from where we ended up, I'm just gonna draw kind of like a half circle. It's gonna go up like that, okay? And then we can continue this line. We're just gonna go around, and this is gonna go right into his chin, okay? Just like this. Okay, now to make it look like this kind of has some depth to it, I'm gonna make the same line, but I'm just gonna do it a little bit further out, okay? So leave a little gap and try to do the same gap the entire way, but if it's not perfect, that's okay. Okay, and then we're gonna come from where we curved here, but we're gonna come down at an angle, all right? And then kind of the same thing over here, we're gonna do the same angle. We're gonna come down like this. Okay, now it's time to just kind of do the same line that we did here, but we're gonna connect these two lines, all right? Like that. All right, great job. And then we can go ahead and work on his body a second, okay? So from the corner here, we can make a line that just comes over and down, okay? And then we're gonna go up from this part a little bit, draw another line like that. Okay, and this is gonna be where we put his back leg. So I'm gonna draw a line that comes down, and then we're gonna make an upside down V right here, like that. Okay, so then we're gonna continue this line that goes up. We're gonna kind of keep on curving. It's gonna kind of come to a point, and then it's gonna come back down, okay? And we're gonna go a little bit lower than what we did here, but not too much lower, okay? All right, and then we're gonna make a sideways V. So I'm gonna draw a line here, come down just a little bit, and make another line like that, okay? And then we can continue from this line. We're gonna draw a curve that comes over, and this is gonna be where we start his paw, all right? So we stop here, and then we make a line that comes in, an angle, and it keeps on going. Okay, and it's just gonna curve around. We're gonna stop there. Okay, and we'll make his next toe. So a line that comes in, maybe even a little bit further over than what we did this one. I'll bring a line that comes back in like that. So it's almost kind of like a big oval that we don't quite finish. Okay, so then from this edge here, we're gonna come in, over, and it's gonna be almost as far as what we did here, but not quite, okay? So you can see I kind of stop a little bit short of that. All right, then I'm gonna go up, and we're gonna make it a little bit closer to this line than this line, okay? So not quite in the center. And it's just gonna go up like this. Then at the top, to make it look like it's a crease, we're just gonna add a V, just like that. Okay, so then while we're here, let's go ahead and add his tail. So from where we had this crease here, I'm gonna go over just a little bit and come up like that. Just a little curved line, and then we can draw his tail. Okay, so he has a pretty straight tail. We can kind of curve it over, and basically I think we're gonna go up on the tail, maybe to about where his tongue is. Let's give him a big tail, maybe something like this. Okay, and it gets skinny at the end and thicker at the base, okay? So I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger, but kind of follow that same shape. Something like that, and you can see that I made it a little bit bigger at the end than what I did at the tip. Okay, so now let's go ahead and from where we came to the point here, let's just start the rest of his body, okay? So draw this line that comes up, and it's gonna come over about as far as we have the collar. Something like that, okay? So from here, I'm gonna start a line that goes up, 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 up. And then once we kind of get to where we made this cross, this V, okay? We're gonna stop there. And then we're gonna make another line that kind of comes over and it curves up like that, okay? And then it just comes to a V at the end. Again, to make it look like there's a crease in his arm. So from here, we're gonna continue this line down, and it might go a little bit lower than what we did this foot because these feet are in front of the back ones, okay? So it's gonna curve, kind of come over. All right. I'm gonna make a little crease, kind of like what we did here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller though. It's just gonna curve around like that. So picture like you're gonna draw a circle, but we're just gonna stop there, okay? So we're gonna come towards the bottom. We're just gonna do the same thing over again. All right, and then we'll draw one a little bit smaller too. So I'm gonna come up from the bottom. Like that. I'm putting a big curve like there, okay. So now what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna jump back up. That way I know exactly how far to make his foot down here, okay? So where we did this V, I'm gonna go over just a little bit because his arms get skinnier at the base and thicker at the bottom, okay? So it's gonna be this curved line, kind of comes down, and we might stop like there, okay? And then we're gonna have one more line like this, okay? Awesome job so far. All right, now we're gonna add his back foot, just kind of the heel of it, but it's gonna look like it's behind him, all right? So I'm gonna add, it's just this curved line that goes out of his leg into his stomach like that, okay? All right, now let's continue drawing his body, all right? So we have this line that comes here. We're gonna pretend like it keeps on coming at a curve. We'll start right here, and it's just keep curving up until we kind of reach his collar, okay? Something like that. All right, and then we can add his back leg again. Let's actually do this front leg. I changed my mind. So from here, we're gonna draw a line that just kind of comes straight down at an angle. Something kind of like that. All right, and that's gonna be the top of his foot. And then we'll add another line that's gonna be the bottom of his foot. That one's just gonna stop, maybe like there, okay? All right, so we made this line. So I'm gonna go up just a little bit from where we ended. I'm gonna just draw a curved line like that. Okay, and again, we're gonna be working on his foot. So then just another curve over. I'm gonna put a line that comes in. And again, just a curve. And this one's gonna be kind of a flip-flop of what we did over here. This one's gonna come in. Now this is gonna be where we draw like a circle, but we're not gonna quite complete it. Like that, okay? Now I'm gonna make a little line that comes in, and then we're just gonna circle this part kind of around back to here, okay? Something kind of like that. All right, then lastly, let's go ahead and add his other foot, and then we can be done working on the bottom section, okay? So from where we made this crease, I'm gonna go up just a little bit, and just like this shape over here, just gonna make a circle, comes around, but we're not going to complete it. Okay, I'll do another little smaller one. And one more, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and make it just kind of come in and then back up. Connect up to his other leg. Okay. And I might kind of go back over this one more time, just so I know when I'm coloring it in. Okay. Now, I did say we were going to save the ear for the end. That way we kind of knew how far to go out, okay? So we're going to go out not quite as far as his like knee here. We're going to come in just a little bit. So maybe as far as we did this, okay? So from where we did his eyes, I'm going to go over. I'm just going to add this like half circle, something like this, okay? And then out of this is where we're going to put his ear. So it's going to start very skinny. So it's going to be the opposite of the tail. So it's going to start skinny and end thicker, okay? So it's going to come out. It's going to come down because he has these big droopy ears, right? And now we're almost to this. So this is where I'm going to start making it curve, okay? All right, we're going to come up. And again, make it skinny at the edge like that. Okay. So now it's time to go ahead and color him in. All right, so I'm probably gonna color him in, as you can see from the reference photo, kind of like that yellowish orange for his body, and probably give him a green color, but you guys are welcome to color him in whatever colors you'd like, or you can pause the video at the end and match the colors that I chose. All right, guys, so as you can see, I chose to color in my Pluto kind of like yellowish orange, and I gave him a pink tongue and a green collar. But I'd love to see how your drawings turned out. Feel free to tag me on any social media posts, or have you or a parent email me at drawingjoshua123@gmail.com. I am always looking for suggestions on what you guys want to draw next, so feel free to drop a comment below and let me know what you'd like to see. But please remember that drawing takes practice, so remember to practice, and most importantly, always have fun. Thanks, everyone.